There is no sign that warring parties in Sudan are ready to seriously negotiate, the United Nations Special Envoy to the country said on Tuesday. Speaking to the UN Security Council via video link from Port Sudan, Volker Perthes said both sides seem to think that securing a military victory over the other is possible.
This is a miscalculation. As fighting continues, law and order will further break down throughout the country, and command and control will dissipate. Sudan could become increasingly fragmented, which would have a devastating impact on the region. And even if one side wins, Sudan will lose.
Fighting between the Sudan Armed Forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces erupted on April 15th. Both parties agreed to a 72-hour ceasefire beginning on Tuesday, which Perthes said seemed to be holding in some parts so far.
However, we also hear continuing reports of fighting and movement of troops.
At this hospital in Omdurman, an adjacent city to the capital Khartoum, a projectile was reported to have pierced the building and exploded inside. Staff said no one was killed, but 13 people were treated for injuries. Some hospitals have been destroyed in the violence that has turned residential areas into battlefields and triggered a humanitarian crisis. Hundreds of people have been killed and thousands wounded as the paramilitaries embedded in neighborhoods and the army targeted them from the air. Thousands have fled the capital, but many, like data analyst Bandar Dawalbeit, remain trapped in their homes. In this video, he and a friend have risked venturing into the streets in search of water.
I feel like if we didn't die because of live ammunition or a bomb or even RPG bomb or aircraft bomb also, we might die from hunger and thirsty.
The UN's humanitarian office said shortages of food, water, medicines and fuel were becoming extremely acute and that prices were surging. The UN Refugee Agency has forecast that hundreds of thousands might flee to neighbouring countries. Speaking at the Security Council, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres described the violence and chaos thus far as heartbreaking.
A prolonged, full-scale war is unbearable to contemplate.